Okay, I just came out of West Side Story, and boy, I can't tell you how many times I was moved to tears. It's just a fantastic adaptation. Steven Spielberg is just a sheer genius, just genius. And the choreography, I never thought that the choreography could ever be, Jerome Robbins' choreography could ever be topped, but the Justin Beck choreography was amazing. The dancing was amazing. But Spielberg, my God, that's how you adapt a musical into a movie. Give it context. Amazing. It's so sad because I watched and nobody was there. I was the only one in the theater. I'm watching at ATC. Mag-isa lang ako dun. I was maskless. But it's so sad that something as tremendous as this is not being watched by anyone. So go catch it. Go catch it. It's amazing. West Side Story, Steven Spielberg. Grabe. So, I went to finally watch West Side Story last night.
Oh, okay.
At ATC, I was the only one in the theater, which was really sad. But I didn't have a face mask because I was all alone. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
I got escorted by the security guard, because he probably thought, oh, may manonood.
My gosh, I would have loved them.
Richard sick, so he couldn't come. The girls couldn't come either, so I watched it all by my lonesome. So now we can talk. What do you think of the? Okay, wait. So before we were interrupted, what do you think? Okay, just to start it off, I had a lump in my throat and teared up many times, but not during the tragic, dramatic scenes. Because we know naman the story of West Side Story. You know how it's gonna end, right? It was actually anticlimactic when it finally happened in the end.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, parang
like
a letdown considering there were so many innovative things.
Yeah.
But the many times that I did cry was because of Steven Spielberg's treatment. The context that he created for certain songs, and I'm like, oh my God, and I would just tear up.
Yeah.
I'm always moved when beautiful things happen in a movie. It happened to me when I watched E.T.
Oh, yeah.
So it happened many times watching this film. So what did you think?
No, I tell you before, I love the strokes of genius with it. I love definitely Cool. Cool is the most amazing,
Wasn't that amazing?
reinterpretation of a number I've ever probably seen in my life. I mean, it was just absolutely.
And it finally gave context to Tony.
Context, it gave another side to Tony. Wonderful. Somewhere was also
Fantastic.
A wonderful.
Don't give it away, but I love treatment.
A wonderful treatment. Those two things. I do have some problems with it. I have a problem with the ending. I have a problem with A Boy Like That. I was crazy about the guy.
Which guy?
Tony.
Oh, Ansel Elgort.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it's interesting that you would mention it. First of all, I have to say that, well, to add to the many areas that I love the opening.
The opening's good.
Because again, it gave context to why these kids were so threatened.
And as much as I love, absolutely adore Jerome Robbins' choreography, I love that this was not very dance heavy. I didn't think that the dancing called as much attention to itself as it did in the first movie.
The two things that I love about this movie is the direction of Steven Spielberg, and the choreography is amazing. So I did my research on this Justin Peck. He's actually, he did do Hamilton, but he was also actually it's like an amazing cast. You think because they're young, they're not very accomplished, but they're amazing. They've got quite a repertoire of accomplishments. But this Justin Peck has been one of the top young choreographers of the New York City Ballet, which is also where Jerome Robbins was most involved. And so there's that history between them, and there was great reverence in how he played Bernardo in a production. So he knows all the sequences, the dances in and out, but it's the reverence without copying.
Yeah. There's an homage.
There's an homage, like but the many moments, Jaime, that I love. You mentioned Cool. Cool to me is the best number in the original. So ang taas ng standard nun sa akin. But
And to give a new context.
completely new context and
not to touch the music or to touch the lyrics or
Yeah.
to touch the
yeah. I thought the choreography for America was amazing. I love that it was set in a Puerto Rican town or a Spanish town. You know, parang many wonderful moments. So the cast, what did you think of the cast? So Ansel, I agree with you. Ansel Elgort. First of all, kudos that they all sang their parts. So these were their voices, and I didn't know he had an amazing voice. It is a nice voice, not very operatic, but I love that Renee Selger, also a beautiful voice.
The girl I like, the Anita is fine, the Bernardos. Actually, it's always hard with a Tony, isn't it? He's either a cut-out romantic figure. What they did try to do, what Spielberg did try to do in this, which is not usually captured so well in the stage productions that I've seen or the first movie, is that there's no danger. There's definitely no danger in Richard Beamer.
Right.
That the fact that supposedly Richard Beamer led the Jets before Rip, you're like,
yeah.
But despite the fact that they tried to give this guy, Anson, whatever his name is, some danger, he's simply pallid.
He was pallid. And I think the problem is, I was wondering, Jaime, what if they cast somebody who was not traditionally handsome, you know, who had would look like a gang leader, because that's what he was.
Yeah, who has changed.
Right, but he should still have the look.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem, because he's a pretty boy, you know. And I think he tried his best, but it's like Leo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. You know, your looks work against you. But if
young Brad Pitt, he could sing, and
you know, but when Brad Pitt was younger, he was also a very pretty boy. But ako, somebody looking more dangerous, somebody untraditionally handsome, or is not handsome at all,
that's right.
but has lakas ng dating, right? And I love the treatment of Maria. She's not Maria Clara here. She makes the first move, which I love.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
and it somehow connects to the end. Although, like I said, it's like the ending, but it connects to.
And she has guts.
She has guts.
Yeah, she has guts,
That she has guts.
and she stands up to her brother. I
but-
love the guy who played Riff. I guess I'm biased because I played it in 1982. But I did my research. He was the original Connor in Dear Evan Hansen, and won a Tony Award.
Do you know that the Bernardo was a Pirelli?
Also won a Tony Award winner. So that's what I meant by these guys have quite a track record. But I love Riff. He was so good. Amazing dancer. He was amazing. And Anita, what's her name? Rihanna DeBoss. Her dancing was also amazing.
But I remember
Okay,
our production, we had a great Anita also.
Yeah.
We had a great Anita.
Yeah, si Rowena. They were serving our. We were at Wildflower. I love the balcony scene.
Okay.
I like that there were railings between them.
Yeah, but honestly, when I saw that clip, I said, "Oh, okay, we get it. They're separated."
But I like it.
We get it. They're separated.
But I like it.
Even when
I love this Maria.
Even when he goes on the balcony, there's the diagonal line of the fire escape, and she's on one side, and the screen is bisected by the fire escape. It's like, okay, we get it.
But still, I loved it. I loved it, and
that Spielberg at his most obvious.
I loved the fight, the rumble. Was fantastic.
And Gustavo Dudamel's conducting that guy's Venezuelan.
Oh, is he the one who was what do you call that?
El Sistema.
El Sistema. Oh,
El Sistema. Gustavo Dudamel.
fantastic. So go see it, because it's so tragic that nobody's in that theater. Menchu told me that it's also not doing very well in the States. What is it? Are you people no longer into romantic movies? I mean, they're into Korean
Korean novellas and Korean film.
Yes, but to go into a theater, I wouldn't go into a theater either.
It was beautiful. Go see it before it closes because I'm pretty sure it's gonna close very quickly kasi walang tao. But genius.
Yeah.
Sheer genius and a wonderful, wonderful tribute. I asked myself, why would Steven Spielberg want to do this? It's a tribute and it's a beautiful
It's also
homage.
a great challenge. Homage, challenge.
But he did it. Boy, did he do it. But I wonder if he's gonna win the Oscars.
Not to mention the script of Tony Jr.
Yeah. Wait, before we end, what didn't you like about A Boy Like That?
I found a problem. I found it interestingly, and I thought of my own solution to it. I found it problematic that we have a scene where Anita identifies the body of Bernardo, so you know that the death of Bernardo is on her mind. And she walks into that scene, and the scene becomes about Tony. And Bernardo, the whole idea of Bernardo is kind of tossed away, and it's all about Tony and love.
Well, that's the original script. So
No,
how
we
would,
did not have. We did not
the
have the
mortuary.
We didn't have the morgue scene, and that's a very, very powerful scene. The fact that we had the morgue scene, you know, she comes from there and she's going to.
So maybe the attack would have been saved. She was played angrier.
I have no idea. It's just slightly awkward.
I still think Rita Moreno as Anita is the better Anita. Although this girl danced the hell out of it. But yeah, and Rita Moreno is fabulous in the movie, and I like the character.
Oh, they're also very, very interesting. Interestingly enough, they were also very what's the term? Woke or PC or whatever. You notice in the rape scene, the girls are not part of it.
Right, that's good.
That was very carefully. Very
and,
carefully.
And they were screening, not to do it. Yeah,
Very carefully.
that was really good. I also like the back of I Feel Pretty, that it was set in a department store, and that they were like cleaners. The Puerto Ricans were cleaners. Anyway, go see it. It's a tremendous movie, and we're gonna enjoy our salmon now.